Hey everyone, my name is Jyoti and I'm a 2026 graduate. Currently working at a startup. In unofficial language, we call it a Lala company. So, I'm here to share my journey today. That what actually happened with me in the past like 12 months. So, started with after summer vacation of my third year when I was about to enter in my final year. I gave one interview for a very startup company which has only a co-founder, a CTO, and they don't know a thing, or maybe very little. CTO know a bit, but okay. So this was the level of technicality there, and since I have nothing to go, I have to do something. I have to start something. So I started working there. I worked there for around 2 months, and in that 2 month, with the help of like in starting, I was supposed to make a website for their shopping site. Eventually, the requirements changed. Then I have to use Shopify and make app from it. Since I have zero knowledge of app, I only know how to print hello world in a app. So I made it using React Expo, and finally overall in 2 months we have shipped the app somehow. After that, after applying at lot of places, I got into a good company. But the surprise here is I got a QA role, because for a developer role they expect a person from a tier 2 or a tier 1 college. Mine is a tier 3 government college. So I have like very less chances there, and also no one can give referral to me easily, because I reached out some people and they were literally ignoring. As you know, that's the scene of LinkedIn. So some people literally ignored me. So I got a QA role, and I used to thought, okay, from QA I can get into a developer role or something. At least I can get to know the idea that how in bigger organization these things work. But my mistake is that I took a bit lightly. Honestly, that's my biggest mistake. And also I think QA role was not for me, because I feel I am more good in development. Give me something to develop that I can do much better in it compared to doing QA to check only functionality, this part, that part. I was not good into it. So I now, after 3 4 months, I don't want to do it anymore. And after like 5 months, I finally got an opportunity for SD intern at a startup again, but it's like a okay level of a startup. So I joined it. After joining here, the work is good, but the people are not. They are very toxic. They have like zero work life balance. I used to, even today, I go on time, but I used to come very late, after 2 3 even 4 hours late. Sometimes I used to work there like from 10 to 10, 12 hours a day. That is very hectic. And I got to learn that some full time there are working from in whole night. They used to go 6 in morning. And above all of this, there is no job security. No one trusts you. If they want to fire you, they'll find absolutely shit reason to fire you. This is all surrounding. I'm saying some people are generally very good. Only 3 4 co-founders and top position peoples who are making the environment very toxic. And I think it's also the client that makes you toxic rather than a whole company, because if client is quite chill, you are also chill. So that's the scene of startup. And since I already kind of know about it through reviews, so I accepted it. Okay, I'll work, and I'll continue, because now I'll tell you the mid things that happened in that 3 or 4 months when I was working as a QA, because I don't want to go in QA. So in my college placements or even off campus, I tried a lot. In off campus I reached to a good level of interviews, but it's I think it's something in your luck also that you can't control. That's something it is not in your control. So what happened is in the first so um, I'll start with one. It was a remote job. It was for a full-time job. I applied. I got through like 7 rounds in it, and one of my alumni worked there. So I was not initially aware of it. I got to know about this in my fifth round, and after that I made contact with him that okay, so can you help me in this for the next round and so on. He actually helped me also. After seventh round, the eighth round was only a HR round, and after that a final offer would have rolled out, but I never got the HR. Now after that I asked my senior that what happened. I literally got nothing. So he somehow find out and he told me that my application is rejected because somehow they have lost it. Now I literally have no idea how this could have happened. If this is something happened from their side, then how it come is my fault. And I literally cried a lot that day because it's really heartbreaking for me. But okay, I somehow I somehow overcome that. After that, through college placements, I got two opportunities. I was able to clear till last round. In one, I was the first to get interviewed. They only finalized a girl and a boy. And some people told me that since I out of excitement I go first for to give the interview, that is why I was not selected. Had been I have gone in the middle or something, there might be some chances. So I don't know what happened. I answered all things. Even the interviewer seems happy with my answers. Still, I was not get selected. A person who I don't think, I mean, you can judge people. Na? You lived with them for 4 years and you know how much a person know. But still, okay. Um, so few got selected, like two got selected. After that there was another company which came due to some college um, politics also, since the interview was of some society, so he hired most of the people from his society because they already made contacts with him. So that also gone. Another one was like a few one two more companies were there who asked only Java in their coding round, and I have no idea of coding in Java. I only know CPP and a Python little bit, but they only ask Java. So even though I know how to code this in CPP, I have no idea how to code it in Java. So I was not able to do that, and that round goes up to like for 3 days, and mine was the first day and first shift. After that, the questions repeated for all the 3 days, and people literally would even don't know how to write hello world. They come up in the test room with a cheat sheet in their hands, and they literally typed those codes and got selected. Now at this point of time, I was so so demotivated that what is happening, is it even worth it for me to study this much when people who don't even code from core branches, they even told it by themselves when we meet somewhere. They used to told that I don't even know how to write hello world in this language, and I was literally feeling um, difficult, no, to code it up by looking in the cheat sheet, but still they somehow did it and get qualified and got the roles also. That also gone from my hand. Then the third one, um, I don't know, it should be third one or the biggest one. I I got one opportunity from Amazon, that from Hackon. So in that I gave a assessment round, and after that an interview was scheduled. I gave the interview. Two questions of DSA were asked. I answered it in a good way. Even the interviewer seems happy. I was waiting for day, like for months I waited, and four mails back to back. Every week I used to do to this HR that I am not hearing back anything. When will result will be out, or so on so on. I used to mail it every 10 to 15 days, whatever the deadline given by HR, that after this much date you might hear back. So after that much day I used to mail him once. After 1 or 2 months, uh, this mail comes to me that their head count is up, and hence they are freezing this thing, and hence my application is not anymore in their consideration, and I should apply for full-time roles after I graduate. This again was a heartbreaking thing for me, because back to back it's only the unlucky part is going on. Some people who have might not done anything, or have done a little or whatever, they have some of their luck, at least 2% luck is okay, but mine was like literally negative. It was going in negative, and it was very heartbreaking for me. So that happened. And yeah, I think these were the ones I gave. There was another one which is a very big financial company. It was a small case. I interviewed there. I answered all their questions. Even their DSA round was quite easy. It was about to. It was only one question in which one no two question. One was an easy code forces div 3 sort of question, and one question was a simple binary search question where I have to find the first and last occurrence of an element. Now this is very easy, but the dev part, they focused more on the dev part, like authentication and all. They asked these are easy, then cookie sessions, these sort of thing. Then finally they like goes on increasing their level up, and when they level up they ask questions like aws aws and from microservices, and I was not able to answer one microservices question of there. And when I didn't hear back anything for about 2 months, I messaged this to HR that I didn't hear back anything. Is like, when will result be out or something? So he mailed me after 1 or 2 days, and that mail contains that since my microservices part was weak, so I was not considered for this role. And I was like, oh god, that day teaches me that fucking every question matters. My whole interview went so well, so well. Just one question, and that too microservices. What do you expect from us, a college student who's coming for an intern role? I might I might get to know about microservices later on. For as a student, I don't think much people make this microservices thing, and I was not able to answer that one question, and that is how I was rejected. And I feel again very bad that day, because that company was very good. I might have got a very good chance there to learn, grow myself, to get PPO, but nothing that like that happened. Then finally comes this startup company in which I'm currently in, and I have like, from all this demotivation and all, I have I have some nervousness that I might not even get into this, because something might happen. I don't know what will happen, but something might happen. So first round was the hackathon round. We have to make something. It was a problem statement given, and that focuses on the UI UX part, the backend part, and so on. So, and the team making was so random. All the project we made, the front end, back end, I took some of resources from my GitHub from my previous projects, and some I made it there. Almost 85 to 89% of the project is being made by me. In when the final interview came, in that interview somehow my teams was not working. I was not able to open my mic. So everyone in our team, like it was a team of 4 people, 3 have explained the project and all. Me, who has made that 90% of the project, was not able to speak a single word. Then I somehow requested and joined in the last 5 minutes, and requested interviewer to ask me question too, because I have worked on this. And fortunately here my luck worked a bit, because that interviewer now go to that GitHub of my project, got to see that who did most commits, what we did, how we did. He asked a few questions also from backend. I answered them. Finally we got into the next round. In the next round, we I was asked two coding question. One was a POTD of the day, and another was a easy question from T. And since that the first question I took a bit more time, so in second he only asked me to explain it to him rather than coding it up whole thing. So I explained him. I write a pseudo code but not wrote the full code. And finally I got selected there. But I was hoping to get selected for the backend role, but I got into the front end role, and it was my second date. I was called into CTO office, just because people seems thinks that I'm in confusion, and I'm no I'm sort of not wanting to go in the one that they assign. So CTO called me in his office, and he explained me that here we don't give things like this, that you, if you are doing front end, you will do front end only. You'll get the opportunity to back end also. You just have to keep trying working these things, blah blah. He gave me the lecture. So for about 2 months I worked on front end only. Fortunately a big part in a project came, and I was the only dev in that for the front end, and I somehow coordinated very well with the backend members. And somehow now it's the scene that I do backend also, I do front end also. So eventually I have learned a lot in this company, and even learning now also. But um, it's been 3.5 months. In just next 2 or 2.5 months I might get a PPO, but this time I don't want this, because the culture there, as I explained, is not good. Working to 12 hours, still not gaining the security, the trust of people. Your one mistake and you will be out. I can't afford that. Simple. Because if I give you my extra hours, you are not paying for my extra hours. I don't want to play this by heart. If you are not playing this by your heart, if you are using your mind, I'll use my mind too. And that is why I am starting here to showing up every day, and documenting my journey. Because there are people who post after, after they reach at a position, and after that they used to tell ki I did this, I did that. But I really want to show that how it is going. And this is our day zero, and it will go on until I land a good full-time SDE role. So this is a documenting part of my journey, and here's the day one, guys. Thank you so much.